let y'all know how I really feel. Yeah. Man, I ain't real. What's my family becoming? I wanna reach out, but I feel like they running. I wanna show love, but they think that I'm front. Give me that look like what you really want, cuz. Oh, man, just a family reunion. Since we ain't had one since I was like 7. To be honest, that was my best present. I like another one before I go off to heaven. And when it happens, I can't believe what I'm seeing. The youngest in the fam acting out and she cursing. But that's nothing. Check out my generation. They all had kids, now they calling them blessings. And stress, bills ain't paid, no food in the kitchen. Parents don't help, hope they learn they lesson. Others in the fam just sitting back and laughing at the whole situation. Acting like some hypocrites. Wasting all their money buying beers and cigarettes. But going out to church claiming that they perfect. And think that that's the way that they won't burn up in the pit. Man, I can take no more. This fam needs a big change, about to steal the show. I just want my fam to know that life is too short and it ain't moving slow.
What's up with my family? Ain't seen y'all since I was a baby. Now I only see you when someone gets buried. Man, life's crazy, look what you did to me.
What's up with my family? Ain't seen y'all since I was a baby. Now I only see you when someone gets buried. Man, life's crazy, look what you did to me. I came up here for my family. I lost them, which hurt me, but I was happy because I gained another one. And the love was from some of the people in high school that apologized for their wrongdoings. A lot of people in the church that apologized for not stepping up and saying something when they seen that I was getting mentally abused by my family members in the church. You know what I'm saying? They came at the end of time, right when I was about to leave, and said, look, if there's anything that I can do to stay, to make you stay, I'll do it. I promise. And they tried, and I cried, man, on my last nights, and my family members would walk in there and they would think that I was crying because I was leaving, but I was crying because I was happy, because I gained the trust and the love from these people that only knew me for less than a handful of months. And it was a beautiful thing, man. I didn't know that I had the power to do that, and they changed me more than they know. You know, it was a very heartfelt experience, man, and to see that I did that to those people, it was very humbling, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And if I ever go back up there to Washington, I know that I'll have a home to go to. But it's just as long as it's not my family members. No, I can't do that. But those people were really cool, and I enjoyed them talking to me weeks before I left. But didn't talk to that many people. A lot of people said their final goodbyes. They cried, I cried, and I left, and I never seen any of them ever again.
Andrew, is it?
Actually, it's pronounced Andrew Productions TV, but I go by XX Swagmaster 64. Just call me that. One time I had a jogger while I was taking a selfie, so people really need to be careful and not jog. I always wear running shoes while driving because you never know when you're gonna get pulled over by a cop and you need to run.
Andrew, what are you doing?
I'm trying to put in the destination. I'm using the GPS.
GPS? Where do you think we're going?
We're going to Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck E. Cheese? No, we're not.
The heck? Yes, we are. Get out the car. Get out the car.
Are you?
Get out. We're going to.
Once I came back from Washington, settled in my new home with my mom and her husband and the kids and everything, and it was fun to be back. They admired me somewhat. Still bumped heads here and there. Didn't really get along, especially with the oldest child from his side. School, man, it was pretty rough on the first days. That was went to a school called KC, and it was tough to make it there, man. It was a lot of Caucasians. It wasn't as I was like the top of the line when it came to grades and athletics when it came to school, but when I went there, I was at the bottom of the totem pole. So I couldn't come there in the same mentality like I did with Lakes
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the big man on campus. I had to come in there and earn everything. That was the first time I felt like, other than that summer in middle school, that I had to really work for what I wanted to get, and that was a scholarship to play college ball. When I first got there, everything was terrible. The grades, the girls, the friends. But I did meet up with my best friend, Isaac Williams. That's my best friend right there. We talk to each other almost every day. Love that dude. He went to the Caney with me. Then we seen each other in Klein Collins, met each other in class, and we looked at each other. We was astounded. We was like, "Is this a dream?" It was just funny, man, that we met up and we didn't even know, because I lost contact with everybody when I left to Washington, and I came back unexpectedly. I didn't want a lot of people to know that I was back in Houston, but word got out, and he was one of the last to find out. When he did find out, it was when we met up in class. Played on the football team together, man, and it was tough. It was a lot of placism, some racism. I remember walking down the halls by myself, and you'll see some big stocky guys, and they would laugh at me. Everybody knew where I was from because the coaches, and everybody made that clear that I was from Decaney, and then I came from Washington, and I was a decent player, and showed everyone my highlight video. And some people were like, "I'm gonna break this nigger," and some people were like, "This nigga think he could come in here and be our starting quarterback." No, that's only happened once, and that's never gonna happen again. We did have a lot of that, and coming in that summer into my senior year, we had a 7-on-7 competition, and it's something like flag football, but one hand touch, and it's legit. Our first time going out, we had a game at the Texans practice facility, and man, it was so awesome. Everything was so great, the atmosphere, everything, and I kind of made a name for myself there. A lot of people noticed me from that 7-on-7 tournament because I took control. I showed my arm strength. I showed my ability to throw accurate passes and everything like that. We came from the bottom of the totem pole to going to I think it was the championship round, and automatically by us going to the championship round, we advanced to the big tournament that was at Texas A&M Stadium. And there was this scholarship award. There was a scholarship award for the best teammate that showed sportsmanship throughout the whole day. And I remember my 7-on-7 coach. I don't like him. Forgot his name. I don't like the dude. Never did. He was fake. He was very fake and obnoxious. And I think my mom and my stepdad were right there by him whenever they asked who was the finalist from our team, because every team had one, and they narrowed it down to 6, and then they ended up narrowing it down to 3, and then they said my name, and he just looked at them, shook his head, and walked off. That showed me that racism is still alive, or whatever it is. We did have some Caucasian quarterbacks. We had another kid. His dad didn't like me. Try to shake his hand sometimes, didn't appreciate me. These people, deep down inside, a lot of people still have racism in their hearts, and I know that. I know where we come from. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit like I told you guys. Nobody wants to see that their son works their ass off for multiple years playing on this team, and then out of nowhere a black kid comes from another school and shines and takes their spot. That's what was happening. After that, the parents got together. PTOs got together. They started rubbing it in the coaches' faces, stuff like this. It was a lot of stress on my coach, and it was a lot of stress on me. I went into the media. I looked up some articles, and sometimes the coach would barely mention me, as one of the candidates for quarterback. And it really hurt, man. I mean, the media was bashing on me. They said after the spring game and 7-on-7, Reggie's he's a solid quarterback, but he's not capable. He's not that good. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to lead them to a championship. And everything like that. And I took that to heart, man. And I told my friend Isaac, and we felt the same way about this whole team. He was like, this is a waste of time, man. This is all bullshit. And it was one time during spring training, man, I just got fed up. And in the middle of practice, I packed all my shit and I left. And me and Isaac left. And we didn't have cars, but we rode our bikes to our old school at Decaney. It was pretty ways away. And we rode there and talked to our old coach. And we both said, man, if there's any way for us to come back here and play, we could do that. And we only kept it between us. We only kept it between us three. And he was like, he'll see what he could do. And after that, our parents bashed us for that. Coaches bashed us for that. Players bashed us for that. We let all this media and all this negativity on the sidelines get to our head, and it ruined our chances of being starters this upcoming season, not only to get us a scholarship, but to help this team win the championship, and we blew that. And was it a regret? I'm gonna say no, it wasn't, because down the road, as you guys see this, I point you out to how I figured out football and all this shit is a scam. But with that being said, man, I had the utmost respect for the coach. Me and him butted heads, everything, and it was a love-hate relationship. But I will say at the end of the season, I shut my fucking mouth, played football, and got on special teams. And at the end of the season, I got the special teams MVP award. And it was so funny because I was up there with the greats, people that was in the NFL, like Michael Goodson, you know, people like that, you know, just to be on the same plaque with those guys that played in the NFL. That's an honor all in itself. And that's something that no one could ever take from me that year. But it's funny how I came in there being a big shot, working my ass off. Then I fell down because of media and all this, the parents and all this shit. And then I kind of leveled my way up to being a likable guy, just like how it was at Lakes. End of the season, man, got myself together, managed to get a 3.1 in that school, and that school is basically college based. It's getting you ready for college. So you make a 3.1 in a regular school, that's like a 4.0. So it was really tough, man, and I was happy to say that I worked my butt off my final days there and worked my way to get a scholarship. And even though me and the coach butted heads, I went up to his office. I told him I apologized for everything, and went up to me and told me that he's gonna help me. And after that, I really realized, I looked at him in his eyes and said, man, you are a man of your word. And we shook hands and we walked off. He did help me. Colleges did come up there to see me. They wanted to talk to me, and I talked to a few of them. Something that shot my scholarship offers down was there was another rumor going around that Reggie was a smoker. Reggie smoked weed. Reggie came to school high. Reggie was drinking. Reggie was doing that. And I ain't never come to school high. Never came to school high. Never. It was just so funny how people would spread rumors and people will also believe them and then just shoot you down for it. The coaches believed it, players believed it, and it's funny because I couldn't trust anybody but my friend, my best friend, because I know he wouldn't have done that shit. So I'm like really, fidgety about who to trust. And there would be a lot of players that come up to me and be like, hey, what's up, man, what's up? And I'd be like, nah, man, because you might have been the motherfucker that spread the rumors that ruined my chances of going to college, getting a degree, making a better future for myself. Shot down my options, and I had a few options. I think it was Bethany and Bacone and University of Mary. And I chose University of Mary in North Dakota. And I have to say, that was one of the shittiest times of my life too.